Welcome back, everybody, to the Sideline Guys UFC 300 main card preview. Next up, we've got the first of the last four absolute barn burners. We've got Charles Oliveira, plus 185, going up against Arman Tsarukyan, who's minus 200. I love this fight. I love everything about this fight. I can't wait to find out how this is going to play out because there's a lot of mental gymnastics going on in my brain when I consider this fight. There's a lot of different ways it could go. I won't be surprised if Arman hurts Charles Oliveira on the feet and finished him. I won't be surprised if the opposite happens, right? And Charles Oliveira lands some nice hooks, pours it on Tsarukyan, and finishes him on the ground. I won't be surprised with that either. So when you've got that dynamic on the feet, and we haven't even really talked about the grappling side of things yet, we've got a hell of an exciting fight. Let's just make that clear. As far as how I'm leaning, unfortunately, although I'm rooting in my heart for Charles Oliveira, I tend to feel that Arman Tsarukyan should be able to get this one done just with his top control alone. I feel like Charles Oliveira in previous fights has a little bit of a deficiency when it comes to fighters that are able to not only successfully take him down, but successfully take him down and control from there. Obviously, we've seen many different guys finish him on the ground, whether it be Paul Felder or Islam Makhachev. Two very specific examples, two completely different paths, right? We had one TKO ground and pound with elbows, and the other arm triangle submission from Islam Makhachev. How do I think it goes in this one? I think ultimately, if Arman decides he can potentially submit Charles, but I think he's going to win via TKO ground and pound. We got two ground and pounds in a row, baby, right off of the main card. I think Arman Tsarukyan should be able to control Charles, land some nasty shots, and then finish him off. I would say in the third round. Let's go. Let's go third round TKO Arman Tsarukyan. What you thinking about, Sean?
To have this as your fourth fight on a main card, this is very, very exciting. A number one contender fight for Islam. This is an incredible fight, man. I'm a little surprised at what the odds are. I think that they are doing your boy dirty in Charles Oliveira, but I think this is going to be an incredible fight. I'm picking Charles Oliveira to win. I think. Like I said, I think people are underestimating him. I get it. Arman's on a crazy streak, and this dude is nasty. Both of these guys just manhandled Beneil Dariush after he was on like this silent run. You know, everyone thought he was next, and especially he should have been fighting Islam because they had that fight before, and then it got canceled. And you know, I think if Dariush would have beaten either one of those guys that night, then he would have already fought Islam next. But this division's sort of in like a stagnant position. You know, there's rumors out there that Dustin's next, even though he definitely doesn't deserve to be. You know, we got Gaethje fighting later, I think, after this, because you know we're still waiting on Islam to be ready for a fight, and you know Gaethje's just taking his next fight just to kind of stay ready. So this is one of those where it's a weird number one contender fight, but I have to look at it as Oliveira, decorated champion, one of the best I've ever seen in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. His versatility on submissions while also in his improved striking, I think definitely play a tremendous part in this. I know Arman has incredible wrestling, but I'm actually looking at this as if this does go to the ground, I actually favor Charles in this fight, and I think that's a little surprising to most. I know because Arman's a powerful wrestler with incredible stamina, and his striking has only gotten better over time, just like Charles did. But I think Oliveira has the ability, especially being in fights like this, to neutralize Arman's ground game and use it to his advantage. And I think this is one where both of them are so good on the ground that they might want to stay standing. And while we've seen Charles get clipped and go to the ground and get down, I think that this is one where they're gonna try to stay standing for the most of it until a situation like that happens on from either of them, and then this will go to the ground. And when it goes to the ground, as much as I like Arman's wrestling, I think Charles is capable of taking this and being more dominant on the ground game. And this is one where I don't know if this is going to go into to a knockout and or even a submission. I think this fight can go all 3 rounds, and this is a dog of a fight. This could definitely be a fight of the night worthy opponent here. And I think it's tough to say, but I think Charles is going to take it. I think Charles wins either by split or very, very close 28-27. But I think Charles Oliveira is very underestimated right here, and the odds are against him. And I think there's definitely going to be a rematch eventually, whatever happens with Islam, between Oliveira and Islam Makhachev.